4 teenagers for different cases, each one shocking the nation. Today, we look inside the courtrooms where young killers, barely out of childhood, were handed life sentences. Their reactions will leave you speechless.
Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
Court footage of Mackenzie crying, surveillance crash video stills, news headlines, victim family photos. We begin in Ohio with 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla. What looked like a deadly car accident was
threatened his property. She threatened to break into his house.
Correct.
revealed to be something far darker: murder. Narration walks through toxic relationship, threats, crash at 100 miles per hour, plotted route days earlier. Insert original courtroom clip. Judge reading verdict, Mackenzie breaking down. Narration. The judge made it clear this was no accident. Shirilla was sentenced to 15 years to life.
You see her driving very calmly and making the right turn, and then all evidence indicates she immediately put the pedal to the metal and drove straight into a building at 100 miles per hour. I think those really demonstrated to us that this was no accident.
Police interrogation room. Snapchat screenshots. Crime scene tape. Courtroom footage, Florida, 2021.
Count 1. Finds the defendant, Mackenzie Shirilla, guilty of murder, to wit Dominic Russo.
14 years old, Aiden Fucci brutally stabbed his classmate. 13-year-old Tristan Bailey.
Count 2. Finds the defendant, Mackenzie Shirilla, guilty of murder, to wit Davion Flanagan.
More than 100 times. Then, disturbingly, he bragged about it on Snapchat inside a police car. Insert interrogation clip. Parents scolding him. Detective reminding him of seriousness. Narration builds tension. 114 stab wounds. 49 defensive. The cruelty was beyond comprehension. Show footage of judge sentencing. Life in prison. With review possible in 25 years. Insert courtroom silence and Fucci standing expressionless.
The families of Dom and Davion, I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see it. I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. I'm just so sorry. I'm heartbroken.
There was no medical condition that caused this as an accident. There was no mechanical failure of the car. A failed suicide attempt is not a defense to murder. There's a very good likelihood, Mackenzie, that you will spend the rest of your life in prison. She's sentenced on count 1, 15 years to life. Count 2, 15 years to life, to be served concurrent to each other.
Police interrogation room. Snapchat screenshots. Crime scene tape. Courtroom footage, Florida, 2021. Just 14 years old, Aiden Fucci brutally stabbed his classmate, 13-year-old Tristan Bailey, more than 100 times. Then, disturbingly, he bragged about it on Snapchat inside a police car. Insert interrogation clip. Parents scolding him. Detective reminding him of seriousness. Narration builds tension. 114 stab wounds. 49 defensive. The cruelty was
having fun in a cop car.
Yep.
beyond comprehension. Show footage of judge sentencing. Life in prison, with review possible in 25 years. Insert courtroom silence and Fucci standing expressionless. Sentence. Life in prison. Review after 25 years.
The Snapchat that you did was not very smart.
Like you're all over the internet network. This is seriously.
It's very serious.
No joke. This is your whole life. Your whole life.
Iowa high school photos. Teacher's portrait. Snapchat messages. Courtroom sketches in Iowa. 2 best friends turned killers. Willard Miller and Jeremy Goodale lured their high school Spanish teacher.
114 stab wounds, 49 defensive wounds, 35 wounds to the head and neck, 29 to the back and shoulder, and 6 fatal wounds.
McGraber into a park and ambushed her with a baseball bat, all because of bad grade. Insert clips of confession statements. Goodale, I'm truly sorry. Every day I wish I could go back. Miller.
We then moved her off of the trail, where I then struck her, and she died as a result.
Stand out here and look out, wait for Mr. to show up.
I wholeheartedly accept responsibility. Narration emphasizes betrayal of trust. Judge sentences. Goodale. Life with parole after 25 years. Miller. Life with parole after 35 years side-by-side, sentencing text for comparison. Dark, chilling background score.
She comes and she walked by and hit her in the back of the head, and then I said, holy shit, make sure she's dead, so we can hit her. The plan after that? There wasn't really a plan beyond that. Like hide the body, bury the body, stage the body? At that time we were going to hide the body. I guess in our arrogance, kind of think that nobody would ever find.
Old friendship photos of the three girls, news headlines, police search clips. West Virginia, 2012. What started as teenage drama turned into a nightmare. Rachel, Shoaf, and Shelia Eddy lured their best friend Skylar Neese into the woods and stabbed her to death. Insert confession.
Understood that he had the intent to kill Mrs. Graber.
What is your plea to murder in the first degree, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Had time to think on what to say, and I'm sorry, truly sorry. Every day I wish I could go back and stop myself. I can't comprehend losing a loved one in such an awful way.
Footage of Shoaf, tearful apology, narration. Her words regret couldn't erase the horror of what they had done. Courtroom clips. Shoaf sentenced to 30 years. Parole possible after 10. Shelia Eddy sentenced to life with parole after 15.
The defendants shall be sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
Slow motion montage of all four cases. Courtrooms, mugshots, tears. Judges delivering verdicts from Ohio to Florida, Iowa to West Virginia. These cases remind us how quickly choices made in anger, jealousy, or immaturity can turn.
I'd like to take this opportunity to wholeheartedly accept responsibility for the role that I've played in the murder of William Graber. To the family, I'm sincerely sorry for the distress that I've caused you and the devastation. And I ask that I'm given a chance, and I don't want to be institutionalized. I don't want to be in so long that I forget about what mattered, where I come from, and I look forward to getting through this.
And deadly. And for these teenagers, the price was the rest of their lives justice served. But at what cost? If you want more courtroom breakdowns and real crime stories, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This was 4 teenage killers reacting to a life sentence. Stay safe and stay aware.
The defendant, Willard Miller, should be sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 35 years.
Their scheme was to hide knives on their bodies and to attack Skylar at an agreed-upon moment. Shelia Eddy and Rachel Shoaf carried out that plan. Together they stabbed and killed Skylar.
This is a chilling story of 4 teenage killers whose courtrooms became the final stage where they faced justice. For different lives forever changed by decisions that spiraled into horror, and 4 moments in which young faces that should have been filled with promise instead broke down in front of judges, as they were told they would likely spend the rest of their days behind bars. This is the story of Mackenzie Shirilla, Aiden Fucci, Willard Miller and Jeremy Goodale, and finally, Rachel.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if there's a proper way to make this apology, because there are not even words to describe the guilt and remorse that I feel each day for what I've done. I hurt the Neese family and those who love Skylar. I hurt my parents and shamed my family. May God bring eternal peace to Skylar and the entire Neese.
Shoaf and Shelia Eddy, teenagers who carried out unimaginable acts and then stood silent and shaken as their sentences were handed down. And it begins with a haunting case of 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla from Ohio, who drove her car at 100 miles per hour straight into the side of a commercial building, killing her boyfriend Dominic Russo and his friend.
Shoaf, it is the sentence of the court that you be imprisoned in the West Virginia State Penitentiary for a period of 30 years.
Friend Davion Flanagan instantly, leaving herself as a lone survivor of what prosecutors argue was no accident, but premeditated murder, a crime plotted days before when she took the same driving.
It is the sentence of the court that you be imprisoned in the West Virginia State Penitentiary for the rest of your natural life. That sentence is technically with mercy, which makes you eligible for parole after you have served 15 years.
Out to rehearse. A crime fueled by a toxic and obsessive relationship that had spiraled into threats of violence and domination. In court, the prosecution presented evidence that she calmly steered the car onto the correct path before flooring the accelerator, deliberately driving straight into destruction. And the surveillance footage, played frame by frame, showed exactly that. The judge looked at the young woman, still, barely out of high school, and said this was not reckless driving. This was murder, count 1. Guilty of murder in the death of Dominic Russo. Count 2. Guilty of murder in the death of Davion Flanagan. Mackenzie broke down. trembling and sobbing as handcuffs were placed around her wrists. And then came the moment when she tried to speak. Her voice cracked with apologies. "I'm so deeply sorry